Is there a racial element to the effort to disenfranchise the President of the United States, President Obama? Are we seeing the Clinton efforts to disenfranchise the Clinton presidency revisited, only this time race is a piece of it? Lurita, is it Doan or Doan? I'm sorry, how to pronounce your name? It's Doan, is it not? Can somebody put Lurita on the phone, please?
It's Lurita Doan.
Lurita Doan, thank you. I thought I remembered that correctly from when you were the U.S. General Services Administration under the Bush administration. And you are now a contributor to on a regular basis to Federal News Radio. The website, your blog is eyesongov.com. And as an African-American woman, you're suggesting that this is what I'm suggesting, that racist dog whistles are being employed to try to disenfranchise President Obama. You disagree?
I do disagree, and I think the situation with President Carter last week was a perfect example. I think President Carter was irresponsible, Tom. What was happening is he inserted himself into an honest disagreement on policy issues. And I think it's important that Democrats understand that policy issues are just that. They're policy issues. They're not personal, and they don't indicate racist attitudes. And I was really sorry to see President Carter play the race card. What I think the real issue is, Tom, is that there are those far left-wing extremists who seem to believe that they and they alone are the sole authorities on race issues. We see race being used as a political weapon, and I think they do it because it always seems to work.
Okay, well, let's just take a look at some of the comments that are being made. Rush Limbaugh a few days ago, I think the guy's wrong. I think not only was this racism, it's justifiable racism. I mean, that's the lesson we're being taught here today. Kids shouldn't be on the bus anyway. We need segregated buses. This is Obama's America, quote unquote. September 18, Lou Dobbs show. Lou Dobbs, if we can't criticize the public politics of a black president, can we have a black president? Maybe we shouldn't. Glenn Beck, Obama has exposed himself as a guy with a deep-seated hatred of white people. I believe he's a racist. September 16, Glenn Beck, he had David Horowitz on. David Horowitz says Carter's an anti-Semite and blacks are the human shields of the Democratic Party. Glenn Beck again talking about comparing black American racists to Talibans using children as suicide bombers. The September 14th edition of Fox News O'Reilly Factor, Bernie Goldberg. Liberals love the fact that Obama's black.
I get your point, Tom. You seem to be implying that America is a racist country.
I can give you over 30 examples of right-wingers, Lurita, who are coming right out and using the race dog whistle and getting the racists on the right all whipped up. And they're doing the classic strategy of pointing the other side and saying those people are racists.
Well, first, Tom, I have to say that as an African-American, I strongly disagree with you. There is no nation on earth who has struggled as much as ours to be more inclusive, more fair, and more respectful of minorities, and especially African-Americans. I think Americans are the most objective people in the world, and all minorities, and particularly African-Americans, have more opportunities, higher living standards, greater freedoms here than anywhere else in the world. You know, Tom, immigration from countries like Africa is up more than 300% over the last 10 years, and if we were really a racist country, blacks would not be trying to immigrate here in such record numbers. They come here because we're a land of opportunity, not because we're a land of racists. And, you know, Tom, I think there are examples of racism on both sides, and you've come up with a lot of them. There's no doubt. You on your show you've talked about a lot of things going on, but racism exists on both the left and the right, and they're equally offensive, no matter which side.
How are you defining racism, Lurita Doan?
I actually don't believe that most of the things that we see and hear right now are actually racist. What I believe is that there are policy disputes. I believe that there are disagreements on principle. And I believe that as our country, we have always, for 200-plus years, had historically the ability to do the tug back and forth on beliefs, our strong and often very challenging beliefs, one against the other.
Do you think when people began showing up...
when folks feel that they are losing the argument, the first thing they do is they want to start saying that maybe someone's being racist against them.
Do you think when people began showing up at Sarah Palin's rallies with curious George monkeys, that was not racist?
I'm sorry, Tom. I was going to say, in this particular case, what we can't do and what we shouldn't do in this country is try to generalize about racist situations. President Obama got elected. It was an amazing thing. I can truly say that in my time, I never thought I would get to see a black man lead our country. It is a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment.
So bottom line, you don't think that the demagogues on the right are using race. You don't think that the people showing up with the Curious George monkeys who were never decried by Sarah Palin at the Sarah Palin rallies. In fact, if anything, we're encouraged that there was no element of race in that at all.
I am sorry whenever I hear about anyone doing anything that looks like demagoguery, but I will tell you, Tom, from my personal experience, even during the Bush administration, there were those really far left-wing extremists who would always try to personally attack, but especially black women, whenever there was a policy issue or a debate at risk. And what we need to do...
I don't think anybody ever called George Bush a racist. I mean, maybe a war criminal, but not a racist.
But what you do see them doing is attacking the blacks within his administration, trying to say that maybe they're traitors to their race or somehow they're not really black because they're Republicans. And there seems to be a certain opinion in this country that...
Okay, Lurita, thank you for the call. EyesOnGov.com if people want to read more of Lurita Doan.
It's been fun.
Good talking with you.
To the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.